The Department of Transportation is honored with an award for the success of the Beltline Flex Lane here in Dane County. And in Hawaii, at least 1,000 people are still unaccounted for after wildfires devastated the island of Maui, while officials are defending their decision not to activate warning sirens. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Southern Wisconsin under an air quality advisory now through Monday. Let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Jacob Madison has a look at our first warn forecast.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are still going to be dealing with more wildfire smoke across our area. This is in effect for our entire area until 6 a.m. on Monday. So for the rest of this week and all of the weekend, we are going to see the bad air quality. Now, at this hour specifically, it's actually still at good levels. But later today and especially tomorrow, we're expected to see it go down to unhealthy for some, which means those of you with a heart or lung disease should avoid outdoor activities. But at this specific hour, it's still good, but it is going to get worse throughout the day and especially tomorrow. The reason for that, if we look at the winds, above 10 miles per hour in a lot of directions, but notice where those winds are coming from. They're coming from the northwest, which is where some of the more significant wildfires are occurring in Canada. And unfortunately, this isn't going to end until Monday. As I mentioned, that's when the air quality advisory will expire. Now, temperatures right now very comfortable, lower 70s, upper 60s. It feels a little bit chilly at this hour with the winds being a little bit gusty. And during the overnight hours, it actually will be pretty chilly. Now, looking at the current radar, we don't have a lot on radar. There are a few showers in central Wisconsin, but we did have some storms roll through our area earlier. Some areas got over an inch of rainfall, and we definitely could still use that rainfall considering we are still under a drought. The forecast for this afternoon will bring in dry conditions with high temperatures only in the lower 70s. So it's going to be a rather chilly day, a little bit hazy, but the haze will get worse tomorrow, and the temperatures are also going to get worse throughout the weekend. All the details on that coming up later in the show.
All right, lots going on. Thank you, Jacob. New at noon, Madison police arrested two 13-year-olds and a 10-year-old after they were caught trying to steal multiple vehicles on the city's north side. Officers were called to Northport and Dryden Drives just after 7 o'clock last night. The group allegedly broke the windows of two vehicles but failed in trying to steal them. They then tried doing the same to a third vehicle before being stopped by the car's owner. The three also tried running away but were caught by officers. One of the 13-year-olds and the 10-year-old released to family members, but the third is facing potential charges. Madison police continue to search for a woman who allegedly hit a child in the face while riding on a city bus late last month. Take a look. Police say the victim, a 7-year-old girl, was on a Metro Madison bus with her family when the woman hit her. The woman got off the bus at the McKenna Boulevard and Raymond Road bus stop shortly after the incident. Neither the girl nor her family had any interactions with the woman prior to the attack. The suspect, described as a white woman in her 40s with dark hair, about 5'9". Anyone who recognizes her asked to contact the Madison area Crime Stoppers. Departments across the state are preparing for their annual Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign. Starting tomorrow through Labor Day, officers across Wisconsin will work together to remove impaired drivers and ensure safety on the roads. Last year, Wisconsin saw around 8,000 drug and alcohol-related crashes and more than 200 deaths. Officers are reminding people to have a designated driver and report suspicious driving behaviors. New today, Wisconsin's Department of Transportation is getting some recognition for the success of the Flex Lane on the Beltline here in Madison. The American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials awarded the project a Regional America's Transportation Award. Since it opened last year, DOT officials say the Flex Lane has decreased peak travel times by 45% and decreased crashes by 20%. The death toll on Maui now stands at 111 following last week's devastating wildfires. Only a handful of those victims have been positively identified. And Danya Backus tells us emergency managers on the island are defending their decision not to activate warning sirens.
Wildfire survivors in Maui have been showing up at this temporary morgue searching for closure.
I feel sorry for all the families, what they lost. They lost their family, their homes. Yeah, and Maui is hurting.
Lahaina resident Michael Richter lost his home during the fire, and his stepdad, 79-year-old James Smith.
He's gone. I just want to identify the body.
Out of the rubble and ash, Richter managed to find his dog with burns to his body and paws, but still alive.
I just screamed his name one last time, and he just popped up. His eyes were just shut, and he was black.
As the search and recovery effort continues, the head of Maui's Emergency Management Agency is defending his decision not to activate sirens when the fires broke out.
Had we sounded the siren that night, we're afraid that people would have gone malka. And if that was the case, then they would have gone into the fire.
I think any warning would have been extremely helpful.
These harrowing images out of Maui illustrate the desperation among residents who got caught in the inferno.
Oh my gosh.
Lahaina resident Kikoa Lansford used his truck that day to rescue as many people as he could.
Some of them I grab them and then I feel bad for them. Like I grab them and they scream, you know. I saw dead bodies, smoke, burnt people. The worst part is the kids.
And officials fear because school was out, many of the victims yet to be found could very well be children. Rescuers estimate more than 1,000 people are still unaccounted for. Danya Backus, CBS News, Maui.
The official cause of the fire is still under investigation. In a sign of recovery, public schools across Maui have now reopened, welcoming many students who are displaced. The alleged names, photos, and addresses of grand jurors in the Trump election case in Georgia are circulating on the far-right internet. That Fulton County grand jury voted this week to indict former President Trump and 18 co-defendants. Experts say some anonymous users are calling for violence against the jurors. The names being circulated appear to match the names of at least 13 of the 26 grand jurors that served on the panel. It's not clear if those are the actual grand jurors or just people with the same names. Some of the addresses appear to be wrong. As kids return to school, you'll want to be sure that they are up to date on their vaccinations. The CDC's top doctor was in southern Wisconsin yesterday, reminding parents about the importance of immunizations. She says it's just as important to add vaccines to your back-to-school checklist as the supplies you're buying. And we are helping you get those vaccines. Public Health Madison and Dane County is hosting 6 free back-to-school vaccine clinics. The first is Sunday, August 27th at the Alliant Energy Center from 10 to 5. Now, you don't need to make an appointment, and you can also get your child a haircut while you're there. And kids who receive vaccines will get free shoe sizing as well. For more information, look for this story on channel3000.com. And a quick reminder, you only have 2 more days to donate to our back-to-school supply drive. We are partnering with the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County to make sure every child in Dane County is set up for success this school year. You can drop off supplies at our studio here on Raymond Road or any Metcalfe's or Walgreens locations. You'll find a link to their back-to-school wish list on Amazon through this story on channel3000.com/back-to-school. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon, a dehumidifier recall to warn you about. Plus, Chick-fil-A has some new items on the menu. Details coming up in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Back to school means big savings at A1 Furniture. Mattresses for $149, sofas $399, flip-flops $299, dressers $149. Up to 40% off store-wide plus instant cash back. The Back to School Savings Event only at A1 Furniture.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
Summer fun means one thing. It's time to visibly say goodbye to crow's feet, fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye bags, and say hello to smooth, beautiful, younger-looking skin in 10 minutes with Plexiderm.
Oh my God. I can't believe I have no lines in my face. I'm like 20 years younger.
Plexiderm smooths away wrinkles without foundation, without color makeup, and without expensive procedures. And it works in 10 minutes. Plus, the results last up to 10 hours. And best of all, you could try it for only $14.95 this summer.
This isn't the first time I've been on TV raving about this product. It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. There's been creams, there's been lotions. Nothing works like this.
We were away on vacation. If you go down to the islands, they always want to take you in a booth and put some stuff on you. And my husband said, boy, that stuff really works. And I said, I washed this off hours ago. This is Plexiderm. This is what works.
When I tried Plexiderm the first time, my daughter said, "Oh, Dad, did you get a haircut?" And I said, "No, I tried this Plexiderm product out." "Oh, you look so much younger." I said, "Oh, thank you."
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing under eye bags and wrinkles from view in minutes. The science is incredible, but the results are even better.
No, this looks really good. All these lines are gone. Amazing. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I look amazing. It's like so full of myself.
I've had under eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm. I put it on my face, and I'm not joking. It works.
So take action this summer and pack up your under eye bags and wrinkles and put them on vacation with Plexiderm. Try our summertime special and get it for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Back to school means big savings at A1 Furniture. Mattresses for $149, sofas $399, flip-flops $299, dressers $149. Up to 40% off store-wide plus instant cash back. The Back to School Savings Event, only at A1 Furniture.
Gree Electric Appliances of China is recalling more than 1.5 million dehumidifiers after they were linked to nearly 24 fires. The recall impacts dozens of models made between January 2011 and February 2014, sold under brand names including GE and Kenmore. Separately, the Consumer Product Safety Commission is warning about the continued risk of Gree dehumidifiers that have been linked to 450 fires and possibly 4 deaths. The discount supermarket chain Aldi is purchasing about 400 grocery stores. The German company says it's taking over operations of all Winn-Dixie and Harvey's supermarkets in Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, and Mississippi. The chain plans to have more than 2,400 stores in the U.S. by the end of the year. And Chick-fil-A has announced 2 new menu items. The honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich will feature an original Chick-fil-A filet topped with pimento cheese and pickled jalapenos on a toasted bun with a sweet honey drizzle. Caramel Crumble is the new fall milkshake with butterscotch caramel flavors and blondie crumbles hand-spun with the chain's ice cream dessert. Those items will hit the menu on August 28th. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials down 16 points. The NASDAQ off 23. The S&P 500, though, managing an almost 7-point gain. Today's egg prices are next at noon, along with Jacob's complete forecast. And then today on Live Before, our Traveler Throwback Thursday takes us back to 1983. We'll meet an avid fisherman in Reedsburg who gave back to his community.
The 70th annual Sun Prairie Sweet Corn Fest is August 16th through the 20th at Angel Park. 5 days of events, live music, and loads of fresh local corn. There's fun for the whole family. Book your stay in Sun Prairie and save with the Corn Fest discount.
Save on your next painting project with 11% off everything at Menards. Freshen up your home with Dutch Boy Forever interior paint. It features Arm & Hammer odor-eating technology. A gallon is only $29.98 after rebate. Platinum Plus is an ultra-premium interior paint and primer in one that offers a highly scrubbable and washable finish that resists the roughest stains. Pick up a gallon today for only $36.98 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are! Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
Switch to Spectrum One and get internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-685-4999.
Here's your parachute. Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you foreign print certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Talk to myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
The Sun Prairie Sweet Corn Festival returns for its 70th year. Enjoy over 80 tons of mouth-watering sweet corn, rolled in butter and lightly salted, August 19th and the 20th. Visit sunprairiecornfest.com for the full schedule and hotel discounts.
Henry Winkler gets the Happy Place treatment.
Well, that makes me feel good. Thank you so much. I would like you all to come home with me. I walk in the door, I get none of that.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
Tomorrow, we're live at Metcalf's at Hilldale for the last day of our back-to-school supply drive.
We'll tell you how your donations will impact students right here where we live.
And it is cool for now, but summer's heat will return for the upcoming weekend. Join us tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report is out on a farm tour. Should be back in a couple of weeks. So here are your farm numbers. Well, most of us still have summer on our minds. Travel experts say now is the time to think about booking your winter holiday travel. Jen Sullivan has 5 tips to lock in cheap prices on your airline tickets.
Summer is still in full swing, and the last thing on many people's minds are the winter holidays. But if you're planning to fly to your destination this 2023, travel experts say now is the best time to book flights.
And the reason why is, think about it like you're buying a winter coat. When do those tend to go on sale? In the summertime. It's the same thing with those winter flights.
Travel expert Scott Keyes has 5 tips to lock in the cheapest prices on your airline tickets. 1. Check if it's cheaper to book 2 one-way flights instead of just 1 round-trip flight, even if it means booking with 2 separate airlines.
Searching for one-way flights and comparing the price against the round-trip flight is going to be in your best interest. You can sometimes save $100 or $200 just by doing that.
2. Use your points or miles. Kai says you can often get a good deal during the peak holiday travel season. Kai says one way to know if you're getting a good deal with points is to get at least 2 cents per point. 3. Check fares for nearby airports. Sometimes you'll find cheaper fares than at your destination airport. 4. If you're looking to travel internationally, consider traveling over Thanksgiving. Kai says that's the hidden best week of the entire year for overseas travel because most Americans are traveling domestically to see family. And finally, consider traveling on the actual holiday themselves.
Often see fares that are 30 or 40% cheaper than a few days before or a few days after.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Well, an air quality advisory for much of Wisconsin through the weekend. Jacob's back with a complete forecast.
Thanks, Mark. I'll touch on that in just a moment, but I want to talk about that the drought monitor was released today. And we actually did see some improvements. The rainfall that we saw on Wednesday caused a lot of the areas around Madison to go from extreme drought to severe drought. And that also includes areas just to the north and west. Still under a pretty bad drought, but we did have a little bit of relief the last week, especially on Monday where we saw nearly 2 inches of rainfall here in Madison. Now looking forward, here are the 3 things you need to know. We are going to see those smoky and hazy skies throughout the weekend. Tomorrow looks to be the worst day for the smoke, but we also are going to see those temperatures warm up throughout the weekend. Highs will be right around 90 degrees, especially by the start of next week. And although we had some improvements to the drought monitor, we're going to be very dry for the next really 7 to 10 days, and in general for the foreseeable future, not a lot of rainfall is expected. So here's a look at the air quality alert once again. Our entire area is in effect, and it will stay in effect until 6 a.m. on Monday. Now looking at the future track smoke forecast, as I mentioned, tomorrow is going to be the worst day for the wildfire smoke as more smoke will move into our area, and then it's just going to kind of linger around our area for the weekend. Probably going to get a little bit better for the weekend compared to tomorrow, but still going to be bad enough to have the air quality alert remain in effect. As we look at the current radar across Wisconsin, some light showers in the central portion of the state, but in general, we are going to be very dry. I'm just going to run the sun loop throughout the weekend. Could see some clouds Friday, but still going to be dry. A lot of sunshine is expected over the weekend. Maybe a few drops in the central portion of the state, but we're not expected to see widespread heavy rainfall. More clouds will move into our area for Monday, but still expected to be pretty dry with maybe a slight chance of a light shower or storm, but really not much is going to happen. So as far as dry and wet conditions, it is going to be dry over the weekend, but it's going to be a little bit hazy and warm. Now, lows tonight will be in the 50s, and then highs tomorrow will be in the upper 70s. Tomorrow will be the last comfortable day in terms of temperatures, but I already touched on the air quality, so not going to be ideal to spend time outside. But then as we get into Saturday, that's when the temperatures will start to warm up with highs in the mid-80s. It also is going to be a bit breezy on Saturday. We have winds coming out of the south, which may help the air quality just a little bit, but we still have that air quality alert in effect until Monday. And here's a look at the temperature trends over the next 10 days. We're going to be in the mid-80s from Saturday through Thursday of next week. Still going to be around 80 for the end of next week, but it is going to be a little bit better. Now, as far as precipitation goes, we're going to be pretty dry. Not really much going on. A few clouds Monday and Tuesday, but still expected to see mostly dry conditions. The next chance of possible rainfall looks to be next Sunday, but even that is very light. So, unfortunately, not the best news with the forecast, considering it's going to be warm, it's going to be hazy, it's going to be very dry. So unfortunately, the drought monitor might just go right back to the extreme drought that we've seen really the last month. But it's nice to see at least some improvements with the drought monitor, especially considering that we're going to be really dry over the next 10 days.
Very August-y coming up in the next week.
Yeah, now the good thing is that the temperatures don't look to be too bad, and if there is wildfire smoke, it actually will keep those temperatures down just a little bit. So I guess there's some silver lining with that, but obviously you never like to see the air quality alert. So
absolutely not.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Jacob. Up next, let's see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Today, I'm sharing a dish that's a cross between a soup and a stew. So when you're in the mood for that first of the season taste of comfort, you're armed and ready.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When it's hot, all you want is some relief. Relief from the heat outside, relief from sleepless nights, and relief from big electric bills. Even your air conditioning unit needs some relief. So when you wrap your home with our premium injection foam, it's like putting your entire house in a cooler. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Your foundation doesn't improve the appearance of under-eye puffiness. Your concealer doesn't make fine lines disappear. Even worse, they can make those imperfections more noticeable. Introducing Tint and Tighten, a new must-have lightweight tinted cream that is sure to find its place in your makeup routine. Tint and Tighten is the only tinted cream that creates a temporary tightening layer on the surface of the skin, which works to instantly reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye puffiness.
It's a very time-consuming thing to put foundation on and do your eyes and your lips, and I'd much rather just have a product that I can put on my face that makes me feel good. The thing I love about Tint and Tighten is the refreshed feeling my skin has. It's not heavy, it's not greasy, my wrinkles are gone, especially around my eyes. My skin feels smooth, I feel youthful.
Compared to Tint and Tighten, there was another product that I was trying, and one of the things that was a problem is leaving residue in the area underneath the eyes where your concealer would go. So I found that was a challenge, but using this particular product, I realized it's not leaving a residue.
Tint and Tighten works to smooth out wrinkles and under-eye puffiness in just 10 minutes while covering and concealing dark circles, age spots, and uneven skin tone, making you look and feel years younger.
Right around this area, I have fine lines, which a lot of people obviously deal with as they age. And then also in this area, I had very dark circles. They were just puffed out a little bit, and that without any makeup is almost eliminated.
What's even better is that these remarkable results last for up to 8 hours without needles or injections. Want to look your best for that upcoming event, date night, or job interview? Maybe you simply want to feel younger and more confident with your appearance. Then add Tint and Tighten to your makeup routine and bring youthfulness back to your life. Try it this summer for up to 50% off and free shipping. Visit tntcream.com or call the number on your screen.
It's officially summer, but before we know it, the kids will be back in school, the weather will start to cool down a bit, and you're going to be looking for dinner ideas that are hearty and that'll warm you up. So let me share a dish that's a cross between a soup and a stew. That way, when you're in the mood for that first of the season taste of comfort, you'll be armed and ready. We start by sauteing some turkey sausage, onion, and garlic all together until no pink remains. Let me tell you, this already smells amazing, and we're just getting started. Next, we add in a few cans of Great Northern beans with the liquid and all, a can of diced tomatoes, a good amount of chicken broth to give it some oomph, a bit of Italian seasoning, and a touch of black pepper. We'll let this simmer for a bit, and when it starts to thicken, we'll stir in a good handful of fresh spinach. Now, this is my kind of meal. It's all made in one pot, so cleanup's a breeze. Plus, it's budget-friendly, which means we can make it often. As for the taste, we'll let you find that out on your own. So head over to your tablet, computer, or phone so you can get the recipe for our Tuscan One Pot. I mean, why wouldn't you? I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a comforting fill-you-up way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
It's time to introduce you to our pet of the week. Blue is a 1-year-old pup who has lots of energy and loves to zoom around the yard. Blue is very happy and playful, but gets nervous when there are loud, unexpected noises. He's looking for an active family who can help him with his positive reinforcement training and would do best in a home that has another playful dog and a large fenced-in yard. Sounds like Blue's got a lot of energy. If you'd like to meet Blue, ask for him in the adoption center. Calling all pups, Hilldale is hosting a Yappy Hour for humans and their dogs from 5 to 7 tonight. There'll be dog-friendly activities, treats, and special sales from many stores and restaurants. The first 50 people to buy a ticket and donate to the Humane Society will also get a swag bag of goodies. To register, visit giveshelter.org/events. Last week's pet, Mason the dog, is still available for adoption, but Zip and Doodah, the bonded cat pair, have found their forever home. If you're interested in adopting Blue or checking out all the other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org. Here's Jake, one final check of the forecast.
Thanks, Mark. I've talked about the air quality alert. That will remain in effect until 6 a.m. on Monday. But as far as temperatures and conditions, it's going to be nice again for tomorrow. But tomorrow will be the peak of the wildfire smoke, so I would advise to not spend time outside, but unfortunately it is going to get warmer over the weekend with highs in the mid-80s and possibly even lower 90s to start next week with more humid conditions, so those heat index values could get up to the mid-90s at times. It is going to be warm for the middle of the week, but then it looks to be better towards the end of next week. And as far as rainfall goes, we're pretty much going to see none of it. So.
All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.